So I get my news from a few different news apps. I opened my smart news app this morning and there were like three relationship stories back to back. This one is from TMZ. Tiana Taylor says Iman Shumpert cut utilities in home, leaving kids with no water. I will say that this headline is a bit like clickbait because obviously this is Tiana Taylor. I'm sure that her kids had water eventually, and obviously the utilities were eventually shut back on. But this just goes to show the pettiness of this man who is willing to just not pay bills simply because he's going through it with his ex. All right, for the article, Tiana Taylor says Iman Shumpert's playing dirty in their divorce war, claiming he's slowly shutting down all the utilities in the home where she lives with her two children. TMZ Hip Hop has learned. In a new court filing, Tiana's attorney says she woke up this month in the Georgia home they used to share, only to discover the Wi Fi and cable was cut off. And one day later, the water stopped working, and she's fully laying blame on Iman. With the water and cable and Wi-Fi now gone, Tiana's attorney says they're concerned he's going to follow through and cut the gas and electricity. On top of that, Tiana claims Iman left her holding the bag on $200,000 worth of home renovations he started 3 years ago. In the doc, she says Iman told her his money is tied up in investments and proposed she cover the cost and he would reimburse her, but she's yet to see a penny from him. Mind you, it's not like Teyana can't afford to turn on any utilities that get shut off. She's clearly got the cash to handle that, but her attorney's court filing makes it clear this is about holding Iman accountable. Since their divorce is pending, Tiana's attorney points out that the court put a standing order in place, meaning both parties are supposed to maintain the status quo on their home and finances until the divorce is finalized. So he is supposed to just keep paying the bills as if or until the divorce is final. Basically, you can't just stop paying bills because you broke up and moved out. You just can't do that. She wants the judge to hold Iman in contempt for violating that order and also force him to start coughing up monthly child support. I hope this woman gets what she is looking for as far as child support goes, because it is wild that these people can make these babies have these responsibilities and then think that they're just going to walk away free and clear. Hopefully, her attorney is, really, really goes for him and doesn't let off because that's what he deserves. You guys, let me know what you think about this one. Now, I want to talk about this article that I saw that was talking about Gail King. Gail King says she cut off a potential boo after he asked her for $4,000 on a date to help him pay his child support. The audacity. If they have nothing else, they have the audacity. Gail King says while she may be fond of a black man who knows his way around a curse word or two, what she doesn't like is a man who asks her for money while they're on a date. The seasoned journalist made her preferences very clear during her sit down with Ryan Clark, Shannon Crowder, and Fred Taylor earlier this week. While chatting with the host of the Pivot podcast, the 69-year-old Good Morning America host shared this story about a man who asked money on their date. And remember that these are the men that were talking to Simone Biles and her husband. if those names ring a bell. Actually, the names might not ring a bell because I didn't actually remember Ryan Clark's name, but he's the one that looked at Simone Biles' husband like, yeah, right, you didn't know Simone Biles. It all began with Crowder teased King for being rich, and although she asserted that she is doing all right, King acknowledged that her net worth could be intimidating for some men. She also noted that men often would want to compete with her. Somebody said to me once, "Look at your shoes, look at your bag, look at your coat. You're friends with Oprah." A guy looks at that and goes, "I can't compete with that." She says, "I'm not looking for someone to compete. You want somebody who has a sense of humor, who's very secure, who's not, well, intimidated by whatever, all of this." King then transitioned the conversation by sharing a story about a date she went on with an unnamed man. I was very excited about it. We had gone out about maybe 2 months, and then he said he really needed to talk to me. He wanted to have a private conversation. She's like, "Okay, sure. What is it?" And then he asked her, "Do you think you could lend me $4,000? According to King, her best friend Oprah couldn't believe it either. She allegedly said, "God, I would have felt better if he would have said $40,000. She says, I was so crushed. He was somebody who was making six figures, successful, but it got worse. She said, when I said, could I ask what it's for? He said, yeah, it was for a child support issue and to make a payment on some furniture. So this dude is a deadbeat who is behind on child support and he's making six figures. So he could have, yeah, he just needs to handle his money better and not be dating. The man said he only needed the loan for a few days. It was a Sunday and he promised to repay the loan by Thursday. And to his credit, he kept his promise. 5 days after King wrote the check, the gentleman paid his debt. However, she said she never felt the same way and it changed the relationship for her. But she says that it didn't alter her sentiments towards Black men in general. All right, so that's that story. You guys weigh in on that one. That one kind of made me chuckle. I've seen it going around for a couple of days, but I just finally got to making this video. Now, I don't follow Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom, but like I said, there were just three back-to-back-to-back relationships stories. And apparently these two have stopped putting in effort into their relationship. So for the people that are Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom fans or just nosy people, let's see what this one's about. Okay, so it says his birthday was quite chill, quite literally. Orlando Bloom celebrating turning 47 on January 13th by playing around in the snow, and his woman wasn't there. But he did thank everybody else for the birthday wishes. The week before, Orlando attended the Golden Globes in LA. His woman wasn't there. She was out snowboarding in Aspen. Katy skipping out on the starry event is even more eyebrow raising when it's considered that the duo met at the 2016 Golden Globes. She even called the ceremony their anniversary in a social media post. Now, some fear the couple who got engaged in 2019 may be going their separate ways permanently. Will there ever be a wedding? That's the $1,000,000 question right now, especially since there doesn't appear to be any plans in the works. She wasn't. So, like I said, I don't really know about these two in particular. It just seems that there are a lot of relationship stories, a lot of divorces, a lot of breakups going on, and these two were certainly, a popular couple. So we shall see if they do in fact get married. But if they are already having such separate lives on social media, probably won't actually get married. But we shall see what happens with the rest of 2024. 2023 was pretty much a banger as far as divorces and breakups, and 2024 seems to be continuing that trend. We shall see what happens, and I will make sure to bring it to us, even if it is in a format where I just put them all together. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about these. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.